one of our earliest shows, they do me dirty when they cut these clips, you guys. So you all, if you would please watch the entire episode, then you would know what I'm saying. And a good example of that is motherhood is a mental illness. Y'all were mad at me, but let me just say I was obviously quoting a clip from the movie Hustler with Jennifer Lopez. And if you only saw the clip, you didn't realize that. But in the full breadth of the conversation, we were paying homage to mothers. But many of you had a challenge with that. And for that one, our old producer Mandy set in, and she shared something very personal from her life and what influenced her decision to be a mother or not. And you guys had a lot of thoughts about that, but I just want to thank Mandy for sharing her personal story and being brave enough. And of course, the lovely Mrs. Tate. We all love Mrs. Tate. She was so sage with her counsel and kindness and energy. She was definitely one of my favorite guests. But take a look at the particular clip that had y'all all in your feelings. Motherhood is a mental illness. Do I really want to be dealing with car seats and play dates in my 40s, parent-teacher conferences in my 50s, or a hormonal teenager when I'm going through menopause?
Kids are not for me and won't ever be.
The first time I felt her move in my body, I said, I know what my purpose in life is.
Wow. I got an abortion when I was 16 years old. I know that abortions normally come with so much regret. I had none.
My mother was 19 when she got pregnant with me, and she feels like you have the audacity to question what I did as a mother.
All I did was apologize to my mom. So what did you question?
I only saw her as a mother. I did not see her as a woman.
My mother had a serious problem. She sent me to the store, and I bought the wrong thing home. She had a knife in her hand, and she threw it at me.
I don't want to say them kids, but I really am not a fan of kids.
Yeah. Your gifts to this world are not defined by procreation. So you see what I'm saying? That was a movie clip, you guys. You have to watch the entire thing. But nonetheless, you can see that we had a lot to say on that episode about mothers. I have to say, one of my personal favorite episodes, we just did a show on the state of Black women. We could talk about whatever we wanted to talk about. What was our state of being at that time? And we had the wise counsel of Miss Latasha Brown. If you don't know Latasha, get into her. You can follow her on all her socials. But every time she speaks, you feel like it gives you the goosebumps of like a Baptist preacher, because she always comes with so much counsel and wisdom, but also gentleness and love. So just here's a snippet of what Miss Latasha had to say. It feels like younger generations have been reduced to shots on the gram.
There was a whole industry that got created off us being reduced to and
rocking the songs that are utterly disrespectful.
Every generation has had these things.
Millie Jackson.
That's right.
Luke from my generation.
It's just super amplified. The consumption is just different.
I'm judging.
But
the truth of just hear me out. I was watching this video, Sexy Red. She was twerking and she's pregnant. I was thinking to myself, is she doing that for her, or she's doing that because she thinks that that's what she needs to do to be relevant?
We see other women bigging up other women to do provocative things. Men will stand back and watch.
Why do you think that is?
I think that's part of the damn problem.
We need to bring shame back, because some of this is just out of pocket.
When I was pregnant with my child, I believed that every energy around me was impacting my baby. I am responsible for a human being that I'm nurturing in my body. Do we not understand? Sometimes we're not honest about this idea, oh, I'm not going to judge, I'm not going to say anything.
We just need to have a balance. There's room for both.
And listen, I'm trying to get somebody to teach me how to twerk, so I ain't really against the twerking.
What I also loved about this episode is our younger guest, Nyla Simone. She was very receptive to what the elders had to say, if we want to call ourselves that. But Nyla also had very strong opinions herself. I learned a lot from what Nyla had to say, and I love the grace that she had for us on set, but also she talked about the grace she had for her own family. So here's our little snippet from Miss Nyla Simone. So I'm curious, being a 20-something, what is the state of Black women as you see it?
When you said it, I really didn't know how to answer that question either. But one word that just constantly came to my mind was just resilient. Like, I feel like more than anything for myself, or even, you know, when I go home, because it was just Thanksgiving and I'm talking to my mom and my grandma, it's just resiliency. Because I know, like, when I'm telling them the things that I'm going through, they can't even fathom having that opportunity to do the things that I am doing, or to have the freedom to wear my hair the way I'm wearing it, or, you know what I mean? Like, just my interaction. So for me, I think it's just resiliency, because I feel like what I'm doing, or just even just having a voice, is not just for me. Like, it's for all of us. It's for what you wish you could have said, but the times wouldn't have allowed it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think the state of Black women is just resiliency, but then also, like, though there's a lot that we need to work through, we should really, like, give ourselves a break.